good? Ms.Fit, Murder F Gang. This is my dumb advice. Hey yo, what the fuck is poppin'? Ms.Fit, Murder F Gang. We in this bitch. This is my dumb advice. Bow. What's cracking with you? Yo, I got real sick in this bitch, man. Real sick coming through. I wanted to chat with him a little bit about the awesome performance he put on with Arsonal, because that was crazy. And Arsonal is one of them dudes. Arsonal is one of them dudes. He's not no slouch. And the new era's not playing. They're not playing. Sick, Easy, and them, they in here, they slapping people up. And I'm here for it. It's entertaining. And I fuck with it. You know what I mean? No hate shit. I know there's a lot going on in battle rap right now. There's a lot of people salty. You know what I mean? A lot of people out there salty. But it's all right. We gonna focus on the people who not salty. We gonna focus on the folks who out here getting it. You feel me? This is what we do. This is what we do. So if y'all got questions for Real Sick, yo, pull up. Put the questions in the chat. Yo, give him some love. Throw some props in the chat for him. Because this man has really been doing his numbers. And not everybody rap like that. You feel me? Not everybody rap like that. For real. Real shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the motherfucking building. And I want y'all to give a warm welcome to the boy Real Sick in this motherfucker. You heard? Sick!
Am I in the screen? I'm good?
Yes.
Am I too high?
You are super lit.
All right, what's good?
What's good, my guy? How you feeling?
Chilling, enjoying life. Joe Budden just called me live on his podcast. That shit was crazy.
Oh, word? Oh, that's fire.
Yeah,
you saw the Arsonal battle?
Yeah. So after I battled Danny, he tweeted about me and Danny while we were battling. And then I just DM'd him, you know what I mean? Because that night was crazy. Lloyd Banks followed me. Joe Budden followed me. Ransom. These are all people, those three specifically, those are rappers that like changed the way I rap when I was coming up. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So this shit was crazy. And then I sent them, I had a bootleg, and I sent them that from me versus Arsonal. And that was crazy. And one of his co-hosts, officially Ice, that's Arsonal's brother. You know what I mean? So yeah, he called me up on the show. He asked for my number, gave it to him, called me up on the show. He said he's going to try to get me on the show. And that's crazy to me, too, because I've been listening to the podcast, like, on a weekly basis. So it's crazy because, like, think about something you do every week or something you watch every week, and then you're on
that shit.
Like,
yeah, facts. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
that's how I felt when me and Math was on Fox and shit. I'm like, yo, my mama watching this shit. What up?
Yeah.
What's good? But that's a big accomplishment, especially when dudes like that. Joey was one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Joey was rapping different, and he was one of those I don't give a fuck type rapper dudes that we all kind of wanted to rap like at a point. You know what I mean? So getting recognition from him, guys like Banks, what? Like, who didn't want to punch like Banks at a time? You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Like, and Banks, they heavy battle rap watchers. They watch that shit faithfully. Cause Banks even considered stepping in the ring. They've been trying to get Banks on for a little minute.
Is that a fact? Cause I know it's rumored. Like, he considered it?
He definitely be talking about it. You know what I'm saying? He be dipping and dabbing, but he ain't getting no deposits. Not that I know of. I never seen him get a deposit. Right. But they be trying to put him in there. You know what I mean? They be trying to put him in there. But that's dope. I would like to see it. Yeah,
me too.
If Banks was to battle anybody, who would it be? Who would you want to see him battle?
It's weird because you can't have Banks battles like a strategic battle rapper, because then it won't be fair. I feel like somebody that will do everything. If you want a good battle, you got to make Banks battle somebody that's like
just a puncher,
like B Magic.
Yo, I was thinking be Magic too. I didn't want to be petty though, because I feel like somebody that can't really do much. Like like B Magic. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
that
what I
guy.
like. Shout out to Magic, but look, they both got a flow, right? And they both punch. But like that would be a good battle to watch as far as where the skill is as far as like battling. You know what I
Right.
mean? I feel like they'd be doing the same shit. But if you put Banks against someone like Nitty or Av or
Yeah,
something, like
they'll kill him.
it might be yeah.
Be
So
nasty for son.
and then you can't put him up against, you know, like a Math or like a Hollow or somebody, what I mean, or a Mook, somebody that's gonna angle him. You know what I mean? You just need somebody that's B Magic. That's
That's
the
just gonna
perfect.
rap. That's gonna punch.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah.
gonna. All right, let's just rap. But I don't
That's
know,
that.
man. He's so laid back. I don't even think that would be like interesting to me. Like he's too laid back for me. I don't even see him getting upset, like getting aggravated. Like he just too
Right.
laid back. Now, Joe. We seen Joe versus Hollow. Did you peep
Mhm.
that one? Did you think Joe
Absolutely.
won?
That battle was weird.
It was.
Uh, Joe had material in there that would have like shook a room, but he just didn't perform it right. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? He was like the shit he did shake the room with the here I go again making another bitch famous. If he performed that like in front of a smack crowd, but like with more energy, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? It could have been a bar like that. That was crazy. But I feel like the whole time he was rapping like he was reading. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
wasn't putting any feeling into the shit he was saying. So yeah, I don't know if that will work. Like, you know what, Joe and Banks. If Joe raps like that, and then Banks raps the way he raps, that would be a fire battle. Yeah.
Banks. Nah, I don't know. Cause every time we talk about industry dudes, and
Hmm.
every time they come out, it ain't what I think it's gonna be, ever,
Right. Right.
ever.
Yeah.
Like Cassidy, we seen that about 8 times, uh, and it hasn't satisfied me. I don't know about you, but a lot of people thought he beat Hitman. I wasn't really here for it. Um, eh. But if it's any industry rapper that I would want to see that would probably perform really well,
Hmm.
damn, I don't want to say M because even that I feel like yeah he came up from battle rap, but this shit a little different.
I think M would do good in a small room. I
Yeah,
don't think I don't think M would with a crowd. That's a little different.
I
Like you
think he'll
can't.
wild out on King of the Dot. He'll fuck all them niggas.
Yeah, but like I think even in a small room, like M versus like a Briz or something.
Mm,
Like they will both have that psychotic, I chop your head off type shit, right? But like that, he would do good in like a volume setting. The stage I know is completely different.
right,
You
right,
know what I mean?
right, right.
So I'm trying to, there's a potential for me to be on Summer Madness, so which
Mm,
is gonna be in Houston. So I need to figure this shit out. I
right,
need to
right,
figure
right.
all the tricks of the stage and shit, cause that shit would be crazy.
So you never battled on the actual like stage with, cause I know that was a big thing
I
they
did.
kept saying about the new era, but you've battled on stages.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
did. The biggest one I battled on. I went to London
Okay.
and
Okay.
battled on Scotty Horror's League. When he battled John John, he returned versus John John. I was on that card. That was a big stage. That was the same venue. Summer Madness 8 happened, where Pat Stay
Gotcha.
battled Rock, Hollow battled John John. It was that venue.
Gotcha.
So that's the biggest stage I battled on, and I didn't just do good. The fans voted that I had the best international performance on that league from the
Dope.
whole year. You know what I mean? So I killed that shit. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right. Not only did I
I
do
know
well,
it's
I
a
killed
different
it.
crowd. It's a different crowd though. I feel like at URL,
Well, hell yeah, hell yeah.
like a London crowd
They show
is
love like for
they
almost
are
everything.
happy to be there
Yeah.
because like that's the one thing I noticed from like overseas battle rap and like the one in the States. Over here, we got a battle event in every city, every weekend. You know what I mean? Battles are everywhere. In
Mm,
in London, they throw an event every 4 months or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a rare thing. So when
Right.
people go out there, they appreciate it a lot. You know what I mean? Everybody's asking for pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's trying to buy you drinks. Everybody's showing love. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely a different atmosphere. So, but I'm gonna have to figure it out, right? Like
Right.
I'm not trying to just be like the caffeine setting battler.
Right. Right.
You
I
know?
mean, to be honest, I think you'll do well, man. You've been really killing it. Yeah, your format of rapping, I appreciate it. I feel like any writer would appreciate it. I think you'll
Mhm.
do really well. If it's Summer Madness, are they throwing names at you already?
Yeah, I mean, I won't say the names that they said because that might give it away or something like that. But I mean, the names that I called out, it seems like all of them would want to battle me. I called out DNA, Solomon, Daylight, Av, Disaster. Um, I feel like they would. I don't know about Disaster, but everybody else said that they would battle me.
God.
Daylight said if he battled a new guy, it would be me. You
Mm.
know, me and Av are with it. DNA said that he's with it. You know what I mean? So like that shit. Any one of those would be crazy. JC said he wants to battle me. Uh, Tay Rock said he wants to battle me. Like this shit
Yo,
is dope.
that's an accomplishment.
Yeah,
Everybody you said right there, just
yeah,
every name was every dude that's probably like at the top right now.
right, right,
Like just literally everybody at the top. But shit,
bro.
who's your favorite? I would like to see you in Daylight. I would like to see that.
I think that would be crazy because the shit he does with the pen is crazy.
Yeah.
I would want to battle him in like a small room or
Mm-mm.
something like that, so we could both just do you know the shit we do because I feel like daylight would really push my pen
Mm-hmm.
on to go somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, I think me and Av would be crazy because of the way we rap. We both got a flow to our shit. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? We're both momentum rappers. Like we build momentum with the way we rapping. So I think that would be crazy.
Okay.
Um, a lot of people are really like fucking with the Tay Rock like suggestion, which was a surprise to me because
Right.
I never thought about that. But I mean, yeah, I'm with it. Like that would definitely be crazy.
Yeah, I
That's
never really thought about it either, but I mean Rock is Rock, right? He's exciting, he's electrifying, right? I don't think he's the most lyrical dude. But at the end of the day, you don't always have to match lyrical guy with lyrical guy. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes the best matchups is when people are not always exactly the same. You know, because
right.
then it's kind of like weird. Like you partnered with B Dot, and I think
Mm-hmm.
you guys are a bit similar too. You know what I mean? And I felt like maybe if they would have reversed it, it probably would have even been a better outcome. Maybe B Dot someone else and you and
It
someone
was
else.
it
You
was
know?
that and like me and him talked about this. Another mistake we made with that 2-on-2 was we were trying to sound like one person
Mm,
instead of just being ourselves and making and finding what the connection there. You know what I mean? Because I felt like all the fans, like my fans and his fans, knew us for angling, for spreading a message, for
mm.
rapping ability, for all of that. So we tried to do that, and I also learned you're not really supposed to angle in a 2-on-2. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah, you not
Like, I
facts.
didn't know that. Nobody gave me the memo. I'm over here dumping the angles I had on Arsenal and shit, and then yeah, I didn't know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I
know
feel
now.
2-on-2s are like fun, man. That's like
Yeah, yeah,
you have fun with them shits while you can, man. Cause it's like a freebie at the people right in front of you, man. It's like, yeah, look, you can never say you beat me, even if you spit your best shit. So like,
yeah.
it's just a fun way. It's like lyrical exorcism to me, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
That's why I wanted this Arsenal battle because it was like my get back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, it's just me and you now. But
So take me a little bit through that, right? The whole process, you and Arsenal, round one, round two, round three. Um, Obviously, a lot of people gave the battle to you. You know what I mean? I gave the battle to you. Most of the people I spoke to gave the battle to you. Do
mhm.
you agree with that outcome? And where do you
Cool.
feel like well, yeah. Where do you feel like you excelled over him?
I think my performance was cleaner. I think the angles that I took were more direct.
Mm.
I not even direct. I just think of like effective because somebody needed to speak up for the consistency of Jersey. You know what I mean? Because for the longest time, I don't know if it annoyed anybody else, but it really annoyed me that people would just say Jersey when they fuck up.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
hey.
Like, you didn't even need to be from Jersey. You could be in
Right.
Houston and you fuck up. You're like Jersey.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
don't associate the whole state with fucking up. Like so,
Yo,
then I'm
blame the
over.
homie though, man. You gotta blame the homie. Yo, it's so
But that's the
bad.
thing.
It's
It's
so
not,
bad. I have to tell you that
go
my
ahead.
girl, she make cake, bro. Got nothing to do with battle rap. And
Uh-huh.
somebody was like, "Yo, if you make a mini cake that's like just too short of a cake, call it a Jersey."
Oh my.
Yo, I was
Hey,
like, "Yo, it's bad."
that's a short round, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a short round.
Jersey. Oh man.
What you was gonna say, my
Nah,
fool? I had to tell you that.
nah. I was just saying, like, I'm always gonna be consistent. I'm never gonna do that. I'm never gonna do that. Like that's not. I wasn't the cloth that I learned from is that should never happen. You know what I mean? So like, if I ever forget my material, I'm not gonna stop. I have so many verses that I could just go into. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'd rather be up there rapping and getting no reaction than to just give up. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like so. Yeah, I felt like speaking on my consistency versus some Ars, who's the king of Jersey. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Who I've never heard speak out about that. Like when I said y'all said Jersey, y'all ain't even bring the bars back. But when
Mm-hmm.
I say Jersey, I'm trying to bring the bars back, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like I like that was the goal of that angle. You know what I mean? Like the cop angle I had like about the his business partners and shit.
Right,
I
right,
feel
right.
like that was effective too. And that Badger the Witness bar is one of my favorite bars I ever thought of. I said a cop and a snitch, the end is whose fault? Was it the Badger the Witness? Am I taking these questions too far?
Right,
Like
right,
that
right, right. It's crazy.
for Badger the Witness? That's wild.
That's
I had to say it
crazy.
I had to say it like 3 times for them to understand it. Like, yeah.
Nah, that's crazy.
But no, I
All the
like I
rappers got it though.
yeah.
Mm.
Joe's that's one of the bars that Joe quoted when he called me on his podcast. He was like, to answer your question, yes, you're taking these questions too far.
Right,
I was
right.
like, I'm glad you caught that. But nah, yeah, I think my material was just better. I think the he probably excelled in performance than me. I was definitely learning that from him. And I learned, you know, Arsenal Arsenal's technique, I think, is screaming in his opponent's ear at the loudest volume that he could scream, right? Until you're literally deaf for the first half of your like he be making he be making you like you're like stunned, like
Right,
physically
right.
stunned. You gotta recuperate and then start rapping again. I was like, this is a genius strategy right here. Make your opponent
Right.
lose half their senses for a minute and 30 seconds, and I got a rap, and I'm like, oh fuck, he was just screaming in my ear.
That's a
But
fact.
nah, yo, I learned his performance was crazy. He had his delivery was fire, and he had good shit. And the main thing I wanted from this battle was somebody to rap for 3 rounds, and then me get a W with that.
Right.
Because after the Danny Myers battle, it seemed like people were discrediting my win because he fucked up.
Right,
You
right,
know what I mean?
right, right.
And they were trying to say, oh, but if he finished, if
Mm-hmm.
I hate the ifs. I always hate the ifs in battle rap. There's no ifs. The reason this shit is so hard for anybody else to do is because it's one take.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how good your material was. If it wasn't there the day it was supposed to be there,
Right.
you lost. You know what I
Agreed.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Hundred
so
percent.
I wanted a battle with somebody credible that would show up for 3 rounds and try to kill me. I think he did take me serious. He was, you know, talking directly to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but at the end of the day, yeah, I think I got every round. But I do want to say everybody should be commending Arsenal because he's a Mount Rushmore rapper, right? Most of the guys up there are not outside. They're only coming out once a year, maybe once every 2 years, or maybe twice a year at most.
True.
He's a Mount Rushmore guy, and he's battling everybody. He's still outside, and I think that's very commendable. And that's one of the reasons he is on my Mount Rushmore. He's not only battling the greats; he's battling the new guys too. And I think this was his way of, oh, that's a new dude from Jersey. Let me get in there with him, see what he got. You know what I mean? And put some light on it. So shout out to Arsonal for that.
Facts. Now, Ars, man, yeah, shout out to Ars. That is something, it's great to bring to people's attention. Because most of the big guys, shit, I was just happy to see Hollow again. Just to see him in front of the camera.
Right.
And, I would like to see, because he's one of my favorite rappers. So I would like to see Hollow as much as I see Arsonal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tay-Rock, he was battling for a minute. I think Tay-Rock just kind of slowed down because before Tay-Rock was like on every card.
Right.
But yeah, Arsonal is definitely one of them guys, and I think that was his way of kind of showing you love, you from the city. Like, all right, this guy's really doing his thing and paying homage in that way.
Right.
But yeah, man, I look forward to continue to see what you do in this sport. I something you brought up, which I thought was pretty dope, and it kind of goes with the conversation that's going on in the culture right now. Part of the sport is being able to do it right here, right now, in the moment, and get it off. And like everybody's going crazy with the judge battle between Ace and Cortez, saying, "Oh, Ace won. If it was clean or whatever." How you feel about judge battles, right? Obviously, you've had situations where they judged you round for round, whatever the case may be. What's your opinion on it? Do you think battle rap is a place where that should live, or it's just too opinionated to be judged? Or do you think there should be some kind of point system? Just what's your views on that?
I think that you can judge battles, but you need more time to judge battles. You can't judge battles right when they happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's too much information. Like, you're not just that shit is 3:30 per person, right?
At
So
minimum.
that's 10 minutes. You're 20 minutes of words. You gotta judge 20 minutes of words when and that's not meant to be done 5 minutes after you hear it. You know what I mean? Like, that's like those people that listen to an album once and then make an opinion on it.
Right.
Like, you got to realize the artist spent 8 months making this album for you. There was a reason it took that long. You know what I mean? If it was meant to just be listened to once, it shouldn't have took that long. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this generation that we're in is used to that, where, like, microwave shit, fast shit right away. Like, so I think that's probably why, like, I can't even say that because they always been judging like this. But battle rap in general, nah, I don't think it's not meant to be digested in 5 minutes. It's especially when you got rappers like Cortez and Ace. They're not up there 1, 2, 3 in it. Right. You know what I mean? They're doing internal rhymes, the flows crazy, angles, the shit they're talking about. Like, that's not meant to be. So I think the best way to judge a battle would be after a couple of watches. Because, I mean, every battle fan has experienced, watching something live and then watching it again and having a different opinion. You know what I mean? So why are the judges any different? They're the same way. Like, so, yeah, I think, like, if a battle happens on Saturday, let people watch it a little, and then, like, Monday or Tuesday give you a judgment. You know what I mean? That's more of an accurate judgment of the material than an immediate response right after. So,
at least give it a day, right? I mean,
at
least a day, right? So Saturday the battles go. Make an announcement on Sunday. Make it an event, right? Make it a whole thing. Like, the battles are on Saturday. Make Sunday the fucking judgment day, right? Like, oh, this is the day that we watch the battles in instant replays and talk about it and discuss it. Kind of like they did the panel for, like, Champion of the Year, Woman of the Year.
That's why you're getting all these dumbass explanations from judges, you know, because they're pressured to do it right there. And now they're like, oh, I didn't like his face.
Yeah,
And it's
right.
what the fuck? They got nothing to do with the battle.
Yeah,
It's
you know, he
they,
bumped him a little bit. I didn't really like that.
yeah, like that shit is like, it makes no sense. And that shit is happening because you're literally putting a mic in their face not even 5 minutes after you saw the fucking battle. Like, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about 5 minutes after.
Right.
You're literally, it's just a first impression thing. You know what I mean? That's what it should be called. It shouldn't be called a judgment. It should be called a first impression. Because that's what it is. It's not a judgment. You're just, my first impression is,
I think you won right now.
Yeah, that's what they say first watch.
Yeah.
No, that's first impression. Facts. That's what it is. It's not a judgment. But,
facts.
Yeah.
Agree. Shit. So I love that. I 100% agree with that. They should just take this part of the interview and then do that. Right?
Yeah.
So judge battles, cool. Now, if do you prefer it? Like, do you prefer to get wins with judges opposed to letting it be debatable? Like, would you prefer to have people judge your battle? Or you just want to let it marinate? Just like whoever wins to the people.
I like, I like, obviously as a competitor, you want to win everything, right? But as far as the debate goes, I've learned the more a battle is debatable, the longer its lifespan is. You know what I mean? If the shit is definitive, people watch my Danny battle live. I there's only a couple people that watched it back. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Because we know the outcome.
Yeah, but versus me and Chilla, when that shit happened, that shit had more reactions than some of the Summer Madness battles that had just happened. You know what I mean? So, like, when something is debatable, it's gonna get watched more. Facts. So I like that, but as a competitor, yeah, you want to win. I like the votes. You know what I mean? I like how people vote right there. But that's, like I said, it should just be a first impression.
Yeah, I like when the vote, all right, cool, you voted, cool, whatever. We see it, but it don't really mean nothing. Like, you ain't going to win nothing. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Great, but first impression, cool.
I think also you got to, and tell me what you feel about this. Like, do you think the culture has less fans that really dissect material like they used to?
I mean, it seems that way. It seems that way. From at least my perspective. It just seems it's a little weird, man. It seems that, like, sometimes, like, even when I watch battles or if I'm in the building, I'll see people react and I know they don't know what just happened.
Not at all.
I know you have no idea what he said. I know it. Like, it's been times where I would lie and be like, oh my God, what'd he say? What'd he say? And then they'd be like, bitch, I don't really know what he said. I can't repeat it. If you can't repeat it, you don't know what he just said. So what are you reacting to? I almost feel like people have this 1, 2, 3, 4, I should be responding now kind of, That's why when a guy like Hollow goes up there and starts doing this, it's not a 4-bar thing. They're like, oh shit, where's the bar? I don't know where to react. I don't know what to do.
That's the type of shit that happens with people that actually rap, because they're not presenting you the bar. The thing that I've noticed with the Gnome crowd and then the crowd that was here, if you say a bar like it's a bar, right? Then you're more likely to get reaction. Right. Versus if you're just rapping, right? Because some of the stuff that they reacted to wasn't supposed to get a reaction, at least in my head. Right. But it got a reaction because of my delivery. You know what I mean? And then other shit that I thought was crazy, but it was just part of rapping, got nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I think during COVID is when, like, the sweet spot was there because there was nobody in the crowd. And it kind of, I thought, like, reprogrammed fans to kind of make their own opinion on a instead of go off other opinions. Correct. But I feel like that extreme probably led to another extreme that now when everything's open, it's just like, you know what I mean?
Just
Like
fucking
it's so different.
yeah.
It's just, yeah, everybody's doing like the opposite of that. You know what I mean? And another thing I noticed with crowds, with like when you're rapping, they're kind of apprehensive, like in the sense of they let you rock and they don't want to miss anything, but they're scared to react. Like old battle rap reactions, the crowd would interrupt you while you're rapping.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like these crowds are polite. Like they're not trying to interrupt me. Like you can interrupt. That's
Right.
what I'm here for.
React. Go
Like,
crazy. I'm writing this shit for you.
yeah, like, and then it's just like you'll get like a head nod or something when you know if you just stopped right there, the dude would have went like, "Oh, that was crazy," or the head nod would have just turned into like a verbal. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah,
That's a fact.
that I was noticing. You know, I try to learn something every single battle. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I noticed at not only my battles, like in general. You know what I mean? For example, Kid Chaos, you about to have him on, right? So his first round had a lot of those bars that were crazy, and he presented them like that.
Right, right.
His checkers versus chess scheme in the third round, which I thought was just as crazy, but he was doing what an
Rapping.
MC does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of made people like not want to cut him off, I think, or something, and they were just like. They were fucking with it, but they weren't verbally showing appreciation for some reason.
Right.
Like, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I never really considered like they don't want to interrupt, but that might be like a thing too. I don't know.
It seemed like
Yeah.
the first time I noticed that was when me and B-Dot did the 2-on-2. And I, again, like I said, one of our mistakes was we tried to sound like one person. So we weren't giving the material any room to breathe. So that's why, like, I noticed it because this one line we had, which I knew if we stopped right there, they would have reacted because they started to react when I said it. But the way Dot raps, he kind of got to go right back into the shit. So it kind of like went up and then it went down. And after maybe like one or two of those, it makes people be like, all right, they're not letting us.
Let's just listen. Right.
Yeah, listen.
Right.
Yeah. You don't want to do that unless you got like a specific angle or something. You know what I mean? But it's dope that rappers, like some rappers have that ability. You know what I mean? Calico is kind of like that too. On a big stage, he's one of the guys that I'll notice doesn't have to be punching at all. He could just literally be talking.
Yeah.
And the crowd will just be looking at him, agreeing with him. And it's like, holy shit, this shit is crazy.
That's
like,
a fact. You be like, you ever, when he said some shit about a sandwich, he was just fucking with it. I was like, what? What did he say about the sandwich? But he do be saying like real life shit that you gotta relate to. So it'd be like, damn, yo, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I get it 100%. That's funny. But it's funny you mentioned that the whole like you have to present it as a bar. Right?
Yeah.
Because every time I talk to people about, like, I guess presenting it as a bar, it's like certain people would, like, do the Jedi mind trick, I call it. You could say a bunch of shit in a certain way. You ain't saying shit, but
it sounds,
it sound good. When you be like, oh, and the cat in the hat, and the cat in the hat, and the hat in the whack, and that, and niggas be like, oh! Like, the buildup was crazy, but you didn't say shit.
The perfect example of that is Daylight versus Jay Murder. You ever seen that?
Nah.
In the second round, Daylight literally to the rappers notice it.
Right.
They're like, this is like some mixtape shit. It gotta be. But he's just rapping it all crazy. Crowd interrupts him and he's standing like this. You know what I mean? Like over him. And then Jay Murder's like, what'd you say? And then Daylight whispers in his ear. He's like, absolutely nothing.
Right.
But he knows the trick. So he just did that, and then like that's the like first time I remember seeing that, because like what I was talking about presenting a bar, like it goes the other way too. Like you could not say something that's not crazy,
right?
But just say it crazy, like that.
It's not what you say; it's how you say it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing that's more with crowds, and I'm trying to like notice that and pick these things up before I step on a big stage over here in URL. But
That's a fact.
find the medium between the way I rap and then that. You know what I mean? Like, I think, but I also think it's familiarity. Is that a word? Like, the more they're familiar with you, you know what I mean? Because then, if right when the fans know what I do, it'll be a little more easier received, I think.
True.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they're gonna
Because then,
start. After a while, they start chanting your slogan and they finish your bars after a while. Shit, certain rappers, man, they don't even be having to rap. Which I don't even like that trend that everybody was doing. I'm sorry if you did it. Like, where they're not completing the bar. I hate that shit. Right? When you know what the rhyming word is, but they don't say it. Like, nah, I want to fucking hear that shit. Like,
yeah.
what is that? Like,
The only time I did that was when I battled Danny and I had the 12K K through 12 bar, right? I like, fuck 12K, you should have been with your kids K through 12, right? I knew it was presented in an obvious way. You know what I mean? So I wanted the crowd to say it with me.
K-12.
So that's the only time I said 12K. I did the whole hand thing and everything, like literally, like presented it to them like that.
Right.
Fuck 12K. You should have been with your kids K through, and they said 12 with me. Like,
but
perfect.
see, that's what you want.
Like,
you want them to say
exactly.
it. But a lot of times people don't say it, especially in the caffeine situation. Like, they be like, yo, I'll be like, yo, bro, nobody said that shit. You gotta say it. What was the word? Like,
incomplete thought. Like an incomplete sentence.
Yes. That's what it is. Incomplete sentence rapping. Like, cool. All right.
That shit is fire if the crowd says it.
Yes, it's fire if everyone says it. It's like, you executed that shit perfectly. But that goes along to, like, people just try to follow the trend, and everyone ain't effective. Everything ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, you know what I mean? I'm not going to front. Cool, he was spitting one of his rounds to me, and he did that shit, and I was like, why you doing that? Like, don't do that. I hate that shit. He was like, what are you talking about, Fit? This shit is crazy. I'm like, I hate that shit. But, it's just certain shit.
Yeah, you got to do it right.
Right.
You can't miss that.
Facts. But nah, man, you did your thing. It's like 10 o'clock, man. Wow, let's get up out of here. I know you got to do your thing. But, thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. The culture appreciates you, man. You're always welcome on my platform. I'm a fucking huge fan. I'll be rooting for you, Summer Madness. I'll be in the building. So let's get it, man. Everybody, shout out to Real Sick, man. Show him some love, Prop Gang. Where y'all at on the mat?
Salute to the chat. Thanks again for having me. Follow me at RealSick99 on Instagram, Twitter, and Caffeine. And RealSickStore.com for the merch. Shout out to everybody that's copped so far. It's been going crazy. Dope. And I appreciate everybody for that. RealSickStore.com for the merch. So, new music coming soon, too. You see the little booth behind me, my little booth.
See you. I see you.
But yeah, stay tuned. Battles, music, merch, all of that shit. So,
you heard?
Thank you.
Again,
appreciate it.
Love, man. Take care, B.
Peace.
Right. Yo, man, shout out to fucking Real Sick in the building. Prop Gang, show some love to Real Sick. Hold him down. The man getting it out here. He's getting all the opponents he wants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.